What in the fuck is a wanikani? Konnichiwa everyone, it's Dan from JaDan.co.uk and cheers for finding my video today. I appreciate that, you lovely, lovely people. We're back again today on that JLPT Quest hype. But if I'm honest, I'm not that hype because test's in like a month and I'm not feeling right confident about it. So what's opposite of hype? Whatever the mystical opposite of hype is, that's what I am now. But, you know, we do what we do around here. We plow on, we do a gambaru, and that's what I'm going to do. If you don't know, JLPT Quest is a series of videos I make about studying Japanese in Japan, because there's a series of tests called JLPT, where they're like, oh, you can speak Japanese, you? Or, you can't really speak Japanese, you, can you? Nihongo Joes or not. But they're tests and I'm taking them, and it started last year when I decided to take JLPT N5, which is baby level. It's like, what's it called? Green Hill Zone on Sonic. But we passed that because we're bad man. We beat Robotnik up at end and we got us N5, we did that. And next is N4, which is that marble zone, I think it's called. I can't remember, it's one with lava and things. Anyway, so if you're studying Japanese yourself and you want to know more, there's an I somewhere, probably up here somewhere, or in the description box. So, you know, I'm not professional, but if you have a look, there's more videos like this if you're interested in that kind of thing. But today, I'm talking all about materials that I use to study for JLPT N4. So this time round, I'm doing things a little bit differently. I've changed my mind, I've changed my philosophies on life, and I'm trying something different. Before, it were all about textbooks. I was mad for a textbook. If you look at my bookshelf, I've got loads of textbooks. No. いっぱい教科書あるのに、君は読むことが全然見んかったよ. It's a good point, Dan Pan Man. I have got a lot of textbooks, and basically, my brain works like this. If I buy a textbook, I've automatically learned what's in that textbook. So if I buy loads of books, obviously I know loads of things. And of course, that's how it works in real life. You probably know this yourself. You've probably got a few books and you know all the things in them books. It's not true. I don't know hardly out in any of them books because I buy them and don't really read them because I'm not academic at all. But things have changed around here now. I've changed my ways. I've changed my philosophies on life. And basically I've become more eco-friendly in studying Japanese. Not a single tree is going to get cut down to print a book that I pretend I've read and just bought and left on my bookshelf. That's not happening no more on my watch. Basically, I'm doing everything digitally now. There's this thing called internet.
What the fuck is the internet?
It is pretty popular, I think. It's got pictures of cats and that on it. And basically, there's a load of online learning resources that are pretty fucking good, to be honest with you. So I decided for N4, books can fuck off and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna study online. So I'm breaking it down like into 4 sections because 4's a pretty good number in it. I mean, 3's a magic number, but 4's one more, so it's more magic. So we've got 4. If we break it down like this, we've got Kanji, which is them silly pictures and that. We've got vocabulary, which is all words you need, which is awesome, innit? And we've got grammar, because it sounds like grammar, but it's not. It's for sentences and that. And we've got practice, because practice is great fun. And there is 4 sections that we've got, and I've got a bit of a talking thing about each one. And yeah, so that's going to cover most of the things I'm studying for test, I think. So let's get started with the good old kanji. So, if you study kanji, you know what a fucking nightmare it is beginning to end. It's just like banging your head against the wall, but that wall's made up of Chinese characters. Basically, it boils down to this. Not only have you got to make like some sort of mental pattern about all these lines, you've also got to learn how to say that in English. Like, what's its English meaning, which is hard enough already because they're pretty abstract. Then you've got to learn how to say that in Japanese. And it's not as simple as just like, that means that. There can be about 10 different fucking ways of saying it every time. Like, there's onyomi reading, there's kunyomi reading, there's probably different readings I don't even know about. Like, let's take one kanji for example, like this one, ko. That is like that's pronounced ko in one way, but it's also in a vocabulary word iku, which means to go. And it's also in okonao, which means to perform a task. And why? That's a lot of work, isn't it? Like, let's think, that's pretty hard to do. So what I've been using is a service called WaniKani, and I know what you're thinking, like, what the fuck is WaniKani? But WaniKani is like, wani is like crocodile, and kani is crab, and they were like, let's just make an alligator crab, the Crabbigator. And basically WaniKani is a website where you can study kanji. Basically what it'll do, each kanji is made up of like radicals, like little parts of kanji, which is alright, and it'll teach you like an English meaning for this thing. Like this little part of kanji has got this English meaning, and you're like, alright, safe. So you study that for a few days and you know that this means this thing. And then it'll use like the little parts of kanji in a main kanji, and it'll tell you a story, so to help you remember that meaning. You're like, alright, safe, I'm getting it now, and you study that for a few days, and then it'll give you like a reading, like you say it this way. You're like, safe, alright, I can say that way now, I can do that, which is pretty cool. And then it'll teach you vocabulary, you know, with that kanji. So for every little radical, you're going to learn kanji and then vocabulary for that kanji, and that'll teach you most different important ways to say each kanji as you go through. And it's based on SRS, which is spaced repetition, so like the more you get it right, the longer it takes to show up on your feed again. And basically every day you'll get reviews, you'll review everything, then you level up, and then you get a whole bunch of new lessons and they'll join your review queue. And it's a pretty good way to study so far. I think first 3 levels are free, you can do for free, so give it a go and see if it's for you. But I've been paying for it since December last year now, so I've been doing it about 6 months. And I know almost all the N5 kanji and N4 kanji. And I know about 50% of N3 kanji now. I'm on level 14. So it's going pretty well, and I enjoy going back to it and studying every day and just like grinding it out. Some days it's a ball ache when you've got like 180 reviews to do. But honestly, it's one of the best learning resources I've ever used, especially for kanji. I will say if you already studied kanji before, it's probably not worth your time because you can't like skip forward levels or something. But if you're like new to it, day one, go do WaniKani. It's on wanikani.com. I'm not sponsored or I just think it's fucking bad, man. And it's really, really good. And if I remember, I made a video like trying to read kanji in real life based on like actually studying WaniKani for a bit. There's a link, it's up here and in the description. If you want to go check out that video, please do. It's kind of demoralizing, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, kanji's a thing. Yeah, kanji. Next up, we've got vocabulary, or vocab for short, because it's a shorter version of vocabulary. And vocabulary is basically words, if you don't know. And words are pretty important when you're learning another language. And I'm kind of studying this in like 2 ways. So as I mentioned before in WaniKani, it teaches you a load of vocab. I mean, vocab's not always the most useful, but it's pretty good. So I learned a lot of vocab just from WaniKani, just doing my drills every day. So I've learned a lot of words that way, but I'm also using an app called Anki. If you've studied a language before, you've probably heard of Anki. It's like a memorization tool. It's on phones, like it's on iOS, it costs a lot of money, but it's also free on Android and it's free on PC. And basically you make custom flashcard decks that work in the same SRS way, where like if you're sick at something, it goes away for a long time, but if you're shit at it, it's going to show up every day until you get it right. So that's pretty good. I've been making my own like custom deck for N4 vocabulary, and I've been grinding that out every day, as well as WaniKani. So I'm learning a lot of words that I'm just like, I don't think I'm ever going to use this. I don't think that's going to be relevant in my life at all, but it's on a test, so I'm going to study it, and one day maybe I'll just be proved wrong and I'll need all these stupid words, but I don't know. For now, I'm just studying it because I have to, but I'm trying my best. So yeah, every day, Anki and WaniKani for vocabulary, and we're building up that word bank. Next up, we've got grammar. And I always say this, but what's point in words when you ain't got no grammar? Well, actually I've never said that, but feels like it's something I should say because it seems true. And yeah, it's right. Like, what's point in words when you can't grammar? Like, and I don't mean grammar, I mean grammar. Like, you need to do that, because otherwise you just like ticket, booth, train. You look like an idiot. So we use a bit of grammar, bash it all in and make a nice sandwich or sentence if you like. And that's what we're aiming for. So before I used to study textbooks, and that's cool and that, but like I studied page 1 to be like, sick, I know that, and then 3 days later I'm like, what did I study? I can't remember. Can't have been that good. So that's a problem for me. Like, I need this SRS kind of thing. I need that repetition every day. So that brings in Bum Pro, which is a pun, you know, because like in Japanese, grammar is Bum Po. And they put pro on end because you're going to be a professional, and you got Bum Pro. Because they're fucking smart, them lads. But Bum Pro is a little like Wanikani, but for grammar. But instead of being like spoon fed to you, like, here you go, here's another one, you've leveled up, well done, you can have another spoonful. You can just do it at your own pace. You can be like, I want to add 300 lessons to my queue today. I won't do that, but you can do that. And it's separated by JLPT level or even textbook. If you're studying like Mina no Nihongo, it's got all the grammar from that book and you can study it like that. And basically it works on example sentences. So you'll learn a grammar point and you add it to your queue. That's pretty normal. Then there'll be like maybe 10 or 15 different sentences that use this, and it'll be like a blank, like fill in the blank, and you have to type it in. And it's once again SRS. If you get it right, it takes longer to come round again. But if you get it wrong, you're going to be seeing it again tomorrow. It's like a bad smell. It just don't go away until you get it right. I don't think you can get a bad smell right, but you can make it go away with deodorant, I guess. So think of it like deodorant. But that's pretty cool. I really enjoy Bum Pro. It's one of the best like learning resources, because not only does it give you like a brief explanation, it also links to like other things so you can check the meaning, like YouTube videos, or it'll tell you what chapter it is in Genki or Mina no Nihongo, and it'll like to Tai Kim's guide or something like that. So it'll let you like do more research if you need to and add it to your queue, and you can check out loads of example sentences and stuff like that. And Bum Pro is pretty cheap. I think it's like $3 a month or something like that. So it's pretty good. So overall, I think like Wanikani is like $9. Anki, the app, was quite expensive, but I use it on PC, so it's free. And Bum Pro is like $3. So I'm talking like $11 a month so far for practice and guidance, studying like vocabulary, kanji, and grammar. That's pretty good for 11 bucks. I mean, what's bucks? Pounds? I don't know, like 8 quid, I guess. I don't really know what money is anymore, but that's a thing. But that's all well and good. That's all input. What about like practice and output? That's a thing and all, isn't it? I best talk about that. For some passive practice, I like to do things like I'll watch random Japanese TV that I don't really understand. Recently I started watching baseball, Go Tigers, and I'll pretend I understand. I mean, I don't really understand baseball at best of times, but I like to try and listen to what they're talking about and stuff like that. And I'll just watch random TV shows. I quite like Iteq, which is a TV show over here, and stuff like that. We've also got Amazon Prime Video. There's a TV show called Documental, which is pretty good. I don't really watch too much anime. I started watching One Piece recently, which is alright, good for like passive listening practice and that. So yeah, I watch quite a bit of TV and Netflix and Amazon Prime Video in Japanese just for, it's not really listening practice, it's just kind of getting accustomed to listening to Japanese all the time. So that, I don't think it's helping, but it's entertaining, isn't it, I guess. So that's cool. I also try and read news articles in Japanese. There's NHK Easy Web, which is like news articles, like explaining it like I'm 5 years old, but in Japanese. So that's good. I can read most of the articles now without a dictionary, which is pretty good compared to where I was. And this is an odd word I don't know, of course, because I'm not a fucking genius. But I can read, I can tell you what's going on, is basically the premise of what that is. So that's good reading. I mean, like, that's free as well. You can just go check that out. And recently I signed up for lessons on italki.com. And if you don't know, italki.com is a place where you can go and you can find a language tutor in any language that you fancy. Take lessons on Skype and that. And today I've actually got my first lesson with a Japanese teacher. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Hopefully she can help sort out my fucking grammar that I don't understand, because I'm getting a bit nervous about that test, you know. So there you go. 4 fantastic resources for studying Japanese on a thing called the internet. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favour, smash that subscribe button, and that'll make you a better person in my eyes. Yeah, we've also got another video. It's probably like down here somewhere. And we've got JaDan fam scrolling across bottom because they're awesome. patreon.com/JaDan. Go join us. But as always, until next time, Jamata.